ban.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this cast of the Absolute Bedlam Dota 2 tournament. I am your host, Nyanpudge, and I am bringing you a cast from the European side of the bracket this time, where we've got a match between Plushunters, the Season 1 Grand Final Champions, and Meepo 5. I'm joined by my co-caster, the incredibly talented, beautiful, and amazing Skrunk. How's it going, man?
Hey, can you hear me, Nyan? Are you able to hear me?
Looks like Skrunk might be having a bit of trouble with his microphone. I guess he'll be rejoining us here in a moment when he gets that resolved.
10 seconds remaining.
Plushunters, though, immediately taking out the Bat Rider as well as the Outworld Devourer. I have talked personally with Ko, who's displayed here as +1 Lurban jamming, but he personally hates Outworld Devourer with an unbridled passion. He considers him the most boring hero in the game, and incredibly annoying to play up against, so he just likes to eliminate him whenever possible.
Hey, can you hear me?
Wisp and... Yep, you're back with us.
Alright, thanks. Alright, cool. Hey, Nine, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Never can be too terrible when you're casting Dota.
Always good to have the free time.
Indeed. Well, the Wisp and the Nyx Assassin taken out by Meepo 5. They then pick up the Treant Protector and the Lifestealer. The Visage and Dragon Knight picked up by Plushunters.
Early Dragon Knight pickup is very unorthodox. I know my friend Sam Belton would highly appreciate that, as he's a huge fan of the hero. It does kind of give away their lanes a little bit, because you got to think that the Dragon Knight is going to be on the mid-roll, or I guess he could always be the tri-lane carry, but it seems he's been a lot more popular as a mid lately.
Yeah, particularly with the Eastern scene, who respect the Dragon Knight a great deal, and they love picking him up.
Whoever he's going to be going against is going to be able to get healed by Treant, going to have that Treant heal spamming on him. Pretty interesting that the OD was spanned out in the first
Moscow 5's
4 bans, although you did say that you personally knew that the captain
Moscow
had
5's turn
hatred
to
of
pick.
Outworld Destroyer, so I guess that makes sense. But it does lead through the Treant Protector Nyx, which I feel is a bit of a stronger opening 2 heroes than the Visage Dragon Knight so far.
Yeah, could be. The Plushunters then continue their somewhat infamous tendency to ban out slightly ridiculous heroes with the Bloodseeker and the Zeus bans. Ko, in his own defense, says that that's to just simply let more through so he has more heroes to work with. I think he's a little bit of a troll and might be bullshitting me a little bit, but who knows?
I have seen teams do that before. It's kind of like an intimidation ban, like, yeah, we can ban these crappy heroes, and so get whatever you want, and we'll kind of see who has the better strategy overall with access to more of the, some would say, overpowered heroes. Like you see the Keeper of the Light getting picked out here. 3 very top tier heroes for Meepo 5 so far. I wonder if we're gonna see a Bane or Razor or something to address the Lifestealer pickup here, but instead we have a Weaver offlane. I'm guessing.
Storm Spirit has arrived!
Followed by
Storm Spirit then for the mid lane. Storm Spirit's a lot of fun, and combined with the Lifestealer, that's a lot of initiation range and pick-off power.
Definitely. You got the Nyx bombs. It looks like they're gonna want another semi-carry sort of 3-roll here for Meepo 5.
Yeah, they seem to be lacking their offlaner or solo safe laner if they decide to go with an aggressive tri-lane. Not usually what you see from the Treant Protector, but I've seen it done in the past. The Weaver from Plushunters I like quite a bit. He can be used in an aggressive tri-lane or simply to solo into the safe lane. And I do like Visage a lot for aggressive tri-lanes. The damage potential of Soul Assumption is enormous.
Yeah, Visage in a tri vs tri situation is extremely strong, and it looks like if Meepo 5 choose to run a defensive tri-lane here with a Treant Lifestealer Keeper, it's going to be pretty underwhelming early. They're not going to have a lot of early killing power to go against them with no stuns and just a little bit of, you know, not the highest damage output early for the supports there.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I would like to note about Plushunters is they classically in the first Bedlam tournament they were extremely fond of picking a Nature's Prophet very early, and they had a fantastic Nature's Prophet player in Jupak who was able to assert massive control over the map, but it doesn't look like they have the lanes for it this time.
Yeah,
10 seconds
Clockwork
remaining.
pickup, so they have a few options for the solo lanes here. What do you think it's
5
going to be? You think
seconds
they're going to
remaining.
throw the Weaver off lane, or have the Clockwork off lane with the Weaver getting
Reserve
supported?
time.
If I had to guess, I would say this will be a aggressive tri-lane with the Visage and the Clockwork, and probably one that we haven't seen yet, with Dragon Knight mid and Weaver into the solo safe lane.
Still 5's turn to pick.
And that'll be I think that'll be a great matchup if they're matched up against the defensive try of the Nags, Coddle, Treant. Storm Spirit going to be mid for them, so let's see what they're going to pick up here. They grab the Furion, maybe denying it from Plushunters, knowing that they run a great one themselves. I don't really like the Furion on their comp, to be honest. It seems like they're putting a lot into the Storm Spirit and Nags, and here we see a Lion from Plushunters, so I gotta say I favor Plushunters lineup a little bit here. What do you think?
The Meepo 5 definitely have a very defensive tri-lane here. It'll be extremely difficult to pick up kills on a combination of Tree, Lifestealer, and Keeper, but I think their tri-lane lacks killing power a little bit. They've got good damage from Illuminate, but they've got no stuns at all.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They're gonna have to take a very defensive posture and try to get themselves farmed up for the late game with this lineup here, I think, with the Nature's Prophet and the Lifestealer. You know, very good at sieging the base and pushing in once they get those items, like once you get the Desolator buff on one of them, and once
10
Lifestealer has
seconds
enough points in
remaining.
Rage where he can just run up and siege a tower down. But
5
Plushunters is
seconds
going to want to
remaining.
take advantage early, I feel.
Yeah, and they are a very aggressive team from what we've seen of them in past games. They like to play fast and loose with the other team's lives, and they're usually pretty damn good at it.
Always a good style. And I mean, the Lion and Visage with a try versus try is going to be extremely deadly. If Coddle gets caught out of position at all, he's going to be dropping.
And with the recent nerf to Treant Protector's living armor, in a try versus try, he's going to have a hard time getting those levels up in it quickly, where the damage instances now ramp up, so the protective power of that living armor is hurt when he's in a try versus try situation.
Yeah, Treant, I've never really been a fan of him in a tri lane versus tri lane. He is more to make sure that your middle lane wins. And the middle lane, if it is end up being the Storm Spirit versus Dragon Knight, Storm Spirit I think will be advantage there because he will be able to soak up most of the breathe fires with the Treant heal on him. So they're really relying on this Storm Spirit to get off to a fast start and make things happen for the other lanes. If he does, then I think M5 will come up to a great lead, and if they can get their snowball going and get it into late game, keep the Dire team from their full aggressive potential, then I think they will have a good shot here.
Should be a good match to watch anyway. I was a little disappointed when Plushunters didn't go ahead and pick the full Chamo aggressive tri-lane that they had become famous for in the first series. They've got close to it. But if they decide to run the Clockwork, the Lion, and the Visage together, that's definitely in the style of Chamo's aggressive tri-lanes, which Plushunters may have gained a bit of respect for after the first tournament when they were taking the grand final.
Yeah, it is it's got aggression written all over it, that lineup. I mean, it's not really going to be for farming, they're just going to be wanting to farm the heroes. And we see smokes picked up by both teams at level 1, so there's going to be some early roaming going on from the supports. I feel like the Dire team is going to be able to utilize those smokes a lot more effectively, but still could see something happen from either side. It does look we have 4 roaming bottom to try to catch someone out of position here by the pole spot. Someone trying to catch someone guarding the pole spot while they're going to try to ward it themselves.
All right, well, let's call out the teams. You want to start us off with Meepo 5?
Sure. Let me get my
30 seconds to
all their
battle.
names are off the the stupid hold on one second. Here, you start us off. Start with the Plushunters.
Alright, we have Lurban jamming Crunch Pack, also known as Ko. That's what I usually end up referring to him to in these games. He likes to change his name around a lot, but he'll be taking up the Clockwork Goblin in the aggressive tri-lane. We have Jew Pack taking the supporting Lion. My main man, Black Dynamite, he'll be taking up the Visage. Crunch Pack going mid with the Dragon Knight. And Human Water Bear up on the top lane, playing the solo Weaver.
Alright, and for Meepo 5, we have Caspi taking the role of the Nakes. We have Dot59 on the 5 role of the Keeper of the Light. We have the Streak on the middle Storm Spirit.
Illusion!
We have Farah on the Furion. And Zealous on the Tree Protector.
Alright, now, as expected, we've got the aggressive tri-lane here. Oh, Zealous immediately caught inside of those cogs. He's taken a fair bit of damage.
Nice
Right clicks,
illuminate,
and the
though.
Soul Assumption does good damage, but nobody ends up dying just yet.
A good Illuminate catching 3 by the Coddle kind of sends them out of their way. And Train's going to be able to easily heal back up from that.
Alright, what do you think of the decision for them to jungle the Treant Protector when they've just got a solo Weaver on the top lane? It seems like he could be getting more if he was up top rather than his own jungle.
Oh, jungle on the Furion? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He should definitely be going 1 versus 1 against that Weaver. He'd be getting. Oh, then there it looks like he's gonna be TPing up there right now. That they've figured out the same thing, and he's gonna get a lot more experience in gold like that. Just getting a few last hits is gonna be a lot more for him. But it looks like he's gonna be pursued out by the Weaver, gonna be pushed all the way back, forced to pop an early salve, and it's gonna get canceled immediately. Is Weaver gonna dive right here? It looks like he might go for it. He's taking a lot of tower damage though. He pops the invis. He gets the first look, but he's gonna pop. He's gonna go down himself. It looks like no. He disjoints the tower attack, and he's gonna survive. A great start for Meepo 5, or for excuse me, the Dire team here, Plushunters.
And the smack talk begins a little bit from Human Water Bear, something he's known for. Streak going in onto Crunch Pack in the mid lane, but he's taking a lot of damage. He will get the finishing kill on the Dragon Knight, but he will die in return.
Yep, so yeah, definitely a lot of action here early. So what was that, Storm Spirit and Dragon Knight both ended up dying there? Or just
Yeah,
Storm Spirit?
No,
No,
both of them ended up dying, so it was a good kill from Storm Spirit, but good return kill, and that's going to put the Weaver ahead early.
Yeah, already at level 4, 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, and if you look at his experience bar, he's going to hit level 5. He just hit level 5 right there, so a really explosive start from this Weaver. We'll see if he's going to be able to take advantage of that and snowball early. It was just right place, right time for the Weaver, escaping from that top gank, and happens to walk into a fight happening in the mid lane. Maybe the trash talk getting to these players a little bit.
Well, looking at the last hit board, we've got Clockwork leading, so the aggressive tri-lane is doing its job so far. He's 16-1. The Nature's Prophet is second at 15 for 0. Third has the Dragon Knight at 13 for 4. That's a little better than I would expect him to be doing, given that he's in a lane against a ranged hero with pretty decent harass.
Yeah, that is interesting that the Dragon Knight is beating the Storm Spirit in mid right now as far as CS goes. Very well played by the Dragon Knight there. Initiation down bottom,
Lifestealer
stun on the Nags. Is he gonna go down to the Soul Assumption? Looks like he is. So great start for Plushunters, that getting down the main carry of the aggressive tri-lane. And Weaver gets another kill on the Furion, so Plushunters off to a huge lead here. The aggressive tri-lane getting the kill on the Nags is pretty much the ideal start for them. That's definitely what they're looking for, and that's what they made happen. So they're gonna be happy with that.
Some clever play by Plushunters to set it up, more so even than when they jumped in for the kill itself. The Clockwork has been using his power cogs very frequently to spam out on the Lifestealer and make sure he had no mana for Rage, but it looks like the Lifestealer has elected not to level Rage up anyway. That's a questionable decision in the kind of lane he's in.
Yeah, very, very strange. You would think to at least get one level in it to dodge the 2 CC spells coming out from the Lion, as well as the damage from the Soul Assumption, but opting not to do it and maybe paying for it though. Although, yeah, as you said, that is very clever to get the mana burn out on the Nyx, starve him. He's only got 7 last hits compared to the Clockwork, which is at 23 before, so his aggressive tri-lane, as we predicted, is really paying off. Here we have initiation. Looks like Furion's going to take the hit. He gets hecked by the Lion and stunned out. They're going to be okay. They're going to be able to retreat successfully. 4 men dedicated for Meepo 5 down in this bottom lane, and nothing happens.
Really good disengagement there from Plushunters, stacking their stuns and getting a good 2-man impale. That really let them get out of there when they had a Furion coming in, which could have easily tipped the scales against them.
Yeah, I agree. A very quick hex out from the Furion before he could even get any of his skills off, and he couldn't even get the Sprout off, and that was the end of that gank right there. Meanwhile, in mid, it looks like it's pretty much evened up. We have a 21 for 9 Storm Spirit going up against a 23 for 5 Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight pops his ult there just to get a little bit of pressure on the tower, but we have a rotation here from Furion. Oh no, it looks like he's just going to be jungling a bit. Dragon Knight goes on the Storm Spirit, and
I'm over here.
he's not going to be able to get him, but a lot of pressure. 6-minute rune. Ooh, out down at bottom.
Oh, good double kill out from them.
Extremely devastating. 1-6 at the 6-minute mark here, and we see that
Radiant's middle
Plushunters is
tower
already
is under
2,000
attack.
XP ahead, as well as 1,500 gold ahead.
Thanks.
A big lead to take this early on in the game. So if you're Meepo 5, what do you need to change up? You've got a pretty good defensive tri-lane, but it's not working so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
we kind of predicted this from the picks. Oh, that's one way to start it off. Storm Spirit gets a solo kill on the Dragon Knight with the help of Tree and Protector armor there, so that is definitely one way to start it off. The Storm Spirit needs to start moving around, get
Dire's middle
rune
tower
control,
is under
and I
attack.
think he needs to come down bot and gank the tri-lane. If they're able to get a nice
Radiant's
triple
top
kill
tower
or
is
double
under
kill on this
attack.
aggressive tri-lane, maybe kill the Lion or the Clockwork or any of them, I think that'll be a great start.
Definitely. Meanwhile, the power cog spam continues.
Yeah.
It could be a contributing factor to why Lifestealer has simply not got his rage, as he knows he never has the mana for it, but he's going to get impaled here. Soul Assumption comes
Another
out, and that's the
combo.
finishing move.
And they're going to pursue onto the Keeper of the Light, and Ice Hex comes out. They're diving pretty far for this. Are they going to get punished? It looks, the Tree and Arbor comes out, and Furion TP's down. He's going to get locked in by the cogs, though, and he's going to go for... He gets locked in between the trees and the cogs. The TP coming in, Coddle throws out a nuke. Lifestealer TP's back in, but it looks like the Clockwork got himself in a little too much trouble here, and he's going to get kicked off. Still a worthwhile.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's going to do a fair bit of damage before he dies, and that distracts him long enough for the rest of his tri-lane to get away safely.
One thing about this middle lane, it was nice of Storm Spirit to get that kill, but I think one of the biggest factors in who's winning
Radiant's
middle
top
is
tower
who gets
is under attack.
the extra pressure on the early tier 1 tower, because that tier 1 tower can dictate a lot of how the game plays out as far as map control, and Dragon Knight is definitely, seems like he knows it. He's popping Dragon Form just to get a little bit of damage on that tier 1.
Radiant's
You
top
can see it's
tower
already
is
down
under
to
attack.
about a third life because of it. Bottles up a regen rune right there, and he's going to be sitting pretty, just pushing, and he's gonna really put the pressure on. And if this Storm Spirit wants to go that
Radiant's top
tier 1
tower
mid is gonna
has
drop
fallen.
down just like that tier 1 top did. So a bit of early map control coming out from Plushunters.
One other thing, that the Elder Dragon Form's damage over time he gets from the poison attack is really good at eating away the charges for the living armor.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. Dragonite
Oh,
is...
the teleport in coming from the Nature's Prophet. They're going on to Crunch Pack right here. Sprout comes out, catches him in.
Do they have enough,
Storm
though?
Spirit's getting a little bit mixed up on the other side, manages to get the pull on him back in, but he's got a lot of armor.
Oh.
He's not scared of anything. He just turns around and flame breaths right to Storm's face.
What a slap in the face that was right there, and then he just pops the regen rune casually like nothing's happening, getting the treads delivered on the courier, and he's just
Radiant's
keep
top
farming
tower
up. That
is
was
under
actually
attack.
a huge kill right there.
And while all this is going on, the Weaver's continuing to get complete free farm in the top lane. Not probably what you want to give a Weaver here, especially considering your life stealer is getting practically nothing.
Yeah, the early medallion coming out from the Weaver, I like it a lot. It helps him snowball and
Radiant's
even take
top
an early
tower
rush
is
with it
under
if they
attack.
want. He's sitting at 55 last hits at the 9 minutes and 40-second mark, which is
Missing bottom.
exceptional. If you can get over 50 last hits by the 10 minutes mark, that's definitely what you need to snowball a game, and he's getting it. While the Nyx is only getting
Radiant's
20.
middle tower
There's the
has
mid-tier 1
fallen.
drops, and that's going to free up a ton
They're
of
going to
space.
go again on the Dragon Knight. A lot of damage being done to Faroth, but it looks like he might live just long enough.
Ooh.
Turns around, gets a stun off on Streak, but Faroth turns around for some unknown reason. Gets finished off by a last right click, and Streak
Meanwhile, at bottom,
lacks the mana to finish him off.
Nyx might die again here. He turns around on... Ooh, he actually might get a kill. What a great cog! Oh my god, what a cog! That was insane. The Lion's still gonna drop, but the Nyx is gonna go down. They're gonna get a kill on the cog as well.
That's a really good 2-for-1 trade in favor of Plushunters.
Yeah, that's just...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Clockwork is a little over aggressive and pays for it, but still.
Hand of Midas just finished on the Nature's Prophet. He's just packing naked boots aside from that. Not as quick as you generally want it, but considering the 3 deaths he's had so far, it's not a bad start.
Yeah, it'll help him catch up a bit. Like you said, it is late, but if it goes to late game, it will pay off for him. We have a double damage Storm Spirit here initiating on the Weaver. He just used Medallion on himself, so it could be bad timing, but a great ult comes out from him, and that'll leave Storm Spirit starved on mana and he'll get away.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the decision to go in there. The Electric Vortex is only level 2. I think it's realistic to think you're going to kill the Weaver in 1.5 seconds of disable.
Yeah, I mean, if he had like a support with him that had dust, then I would see it. But here we have Lion on the bottom lane, gets a really good double stun. The lifestealer might drop again. Pops range, turns around. Get some lifesteal going. Ult comes out, Nyx is gonna drop, and Dragon Knight is just holding their tri-lane. It was 15-5 the score here at 11 minutes in. They're gonna get the last tier 1 tower down at the bottom. That's gonna be all the tier 1s down for Plushunters, and they're just running away
Radiant's
with this
bottom
game right now.
tower is under attack.
Fast and loose with the other team's lives.
Yep, just like you said.
Well, with that tower going down, let's have a look at the gold graph.
Ooh. And look at that, a smoke right after they push the tower down. They probably think that they back. They're going to be in a surprise here. Actually, kind of a wasted smoke because they just come out of it immediately, but maybe they will be unaware of the supports that are roaming in invis and will initiate. But no, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and push. Coddle Spam will attempt to dissuade them from pushing, but Weaver uses his ult there, and that's going to be the cue for Meepo 5 to jump in. Stream goes in, he gets hecked instantly and drops. Lifestealer now is on the retreat, so assumption and a couple auto attacks from Weaver is going to take him down, so failed defense from Meepo 5. Guys going out. Clockwork accidentally hooks the
Dire's
Weaver,
middle tower
but
is under
looks
attack.
like they're just going to
Radiant's bottom
get the
tower
tier 2
is
tower,
under attack.
and a GG gets called.
13-minute GG on the mark. That's a quick one, even by Plushunters standards.
Yeah, that was
Bottom tower.
quite the GG. I
Dire's
mean,
middle
I don't
tower
blame them
has
in their
fallen.
position. It was looking very grim for them, but they could have tried to farm up a little bit more. But you know what I mean. No,
Radiant's
it was
bottom
pretty much
tower
over
is
at
under
that point.
attack.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a nearly 12,000 gold lead at 13 minutes in, that's 1,000 gold a minute, and 7,500 XP. That's just an enormous lead to take that
Oh
early.
wow! I didn't even notice the gold 10,000. That is insane. Yeah, I mean, just a dominant performance by the Weaver top and the aggressive tri-lane really sealed it all together for him for a pretty much an easy win here. No offense to Meepo 5.
No, they were playing well at the beginning, but like so many other teams before them, they've just been overwhelmed by Plushunters' aggression and their coordination.
Would you say Plushunters is one of the teams to look out for in this tournament as far as
oh, absolutely.
competitors?
They won the first tournament. They've been favored by several people I've talked to win the European half of the bracket. So they're definitely one to watch out for.
Nice. Well, that's good to know. We'll keep an eye
Radiant's
on them.
middle tower is under attack.
They're just going to be pushing up mid here, and I think that's the game. So, any last thoughts here, Nyan?
Well,
Radiant's
I
middle
think
tower
that
has
Meepo
fallen.
5 could have played their defensive tri-lane a little bit better. I think some of the skills they leveled were a little bit questionable and maybe cost them a bit of the early game. I think they could have had more rotations from the Nature's Prophet early on to help with that. Some mistakes were made, but most of the game, I have to say, is down to Plushunters' aggression, their power, their coordination, and just the effectiveness of their lineup.
And I
Radiant's
feel like
middle
their
tower. Dire victory.
their picking stage really worked out well for them. You noted that their unconventional banning strat allows teams to grab some of the more OP heroes. You see them grab a Coddle and a Tree. You know, those are kind of considered some of the most overpowered heroes, but they're lacking in stuns, and their defensive tri-lane just didn't have the power to go up against their aggressive tri-lane. So I feel like their banning strategy kind of worked out there for them a little bit.
Well, that's the game for you guys. It's been our pleasure to cast for you. I've been Nyanpudge, he's been Skrunk. Nice doing it. We'll be casting 3 games later on this evening with the North American half of the bracket. One of them at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the next at 9:30. And the last at 2 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're around, you want to watch those, absolutely tune in and watch it. If you want to through the in-game client or on Twitch TV/AbsoluteBedlamDota. It's been good talking to you. Thanks and good night, good afternoon.
Yeah, take it easy, Nyan. Just want to give a shout out to PlaysOnPlays.com, my personal website. I love you all, and we'll be back for more casts in the future. Talk to you guys later.